What's that? Is there an efficient lower body workout using only dumbbells? I got you! Hello my loves, today we're doing a simple and efficient dumbbell only lower body day. We're gonna hit all the muscle groups, quads, hamstrings, booty of course. I like to keep things very simple, but just challenge myself. I don't like to do like a ton of exercises. I like to just focus in all my attention on like a handful and give it my all. And that is what we're doing today. Really quickly too, before we get started, make sure you're wearing like flat shoes. So no running shoes, because with flat shoes, or if you're barefoot too, that works, but you have better stability, because with running shoes, they're cushioned. So like when you're lifting, you don't have like your entire foot planted firmly on the ground, and it's just like less stable that way. So that's why if you're lifting weights, if you're not doing cardio, you want to have flat shoes. Like Converse are good, Blazers. You don't need to get lifting shoes necessarily, but just make sure you ditch the running shoes when you're lifting. I want to break down how I create my own lower body day. This will just help you gain more confidence in making your own program, understanding why we're doing the exercises we are doing. If you split it up into just general lower body day, then you want to hit hamstrings, quads, and glutes. Like those are the three groups that I think about when I'm planning for my lower body day. The first workout you start with should be like your compound lift. This works multiple joints and it requires the most energy, so you want to do that at the beginning. And then after that, your accessory lifts, like these are like your single leg movements, your lunges, your abduction, those will all be after your main lift. The very first thing we do before we start any workout is we're gonna warm up 5-10 minutes just to get your body warm, your muscles ready. You can do stair climber, incline treadmill. I like to do like dynamic stretching when I first get started. Who's ready? Front and back, hip openers, reverse motion. One of my favorite ways to warm up is doing bodyweight versions of the workouts you plan to do. So for squats, you can do bodyweight squats. Okay, first exercise of the day. Staying in this one corner of the gym where all the dumbbells are. A lot of people, like I know, will ask what weight do you start off with? But I really recommend, if this is your first time kind of doing any of these exercises, like making sure your body weight form is perfect. So start there. You really just want to make sure that your form looks really, really good before you go up in weight. So put your ego aside, start off really lightly, and then I would try to do like 8 to 10 reps and see like, was it challenging? Were you struggling for the last few reps but maintaining your form? Or was it really hard the entire time and your form was really bad? You're going to change the weight depending on what you answer. So ideally you want the last few reps to be pretty challenging to get through, but it doesn't compromise your form like completely. Obviously your form is not going to be as beautiful as it was in rep 1, but you don't want it to be like complete shit at the end. Alright, first exercise of the day, we have Romanian deadlifts. We're doing 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps here. These are primarily for the hamstrings and glutes. So for these, you want to stand shoulder or hip width apart, keep a slight bend in the knees as you go down, and you're going to hinge at the hips. Some people like to think of these as a standing hip thrust, but make sure you have a neutral spine and neck, and then as you lower the dumbbell, keep them close to your body, dragging them against your shins. Come back up and squeeze your glutes. The next exercise is for the quads. These are goblet squats. We're doing 4 sets of 10 reps here. So for these, you're going to want to stand about hip width apart. Make sure you're keeping a tall chest and keep your gaze facing forward. Take a nice inhale before you go down, and then make sure you're pushing your knees outward. Keep your heels firmly planted and squat at least to parallel. Then push back up, working your quads and glutes, and make sure you exhale on the way up. After that, we're going into Don't Hate Me Bulgarian split squats. A helpful tip is starting with your knee on the ground to get a good idea of your foot placement. The toes on the bench can either be tucked or flat, whatever's more comfortable for you. With a more forward lean and your foot farther away from the bench, you'll feel more glute focused. And then if you're in an upright position with your foot closer to the bench, it will feel more quad focused. Last but not least, we have the 1 1/4 hip thrust. So for these, you're going to keep your chin tucked facing forward, lower yourself down for a full rep, and then thrust up, squeezing your glutes and hamstrings. Then you're going to lower 1/4 of a rep and come back up, squeezing your glutes. That will be considered 1 rep. And then for the very last rep, challenge yourself to hold for as long as you can at the top. Squeeze those glutes. And there you have a simple and efficient dumbbell only lower body day. Good luck, my loves, and let me know if you try it.